Good morning from sunny Orlando. My name is Julio Zayas, and welcome to Riding the Tide. I have been on a GLP-1 journey since November 3rd, 2025, and today is. That's right, it is shot day. It is Thursday, February 26th, 2026, and this is shot number 17, 17th week on this journey. So let's get to it. Pre-fill the syringe to make this a little faster. All done. No pain, easy as usual. All right, so today, as you can tell, I have to go to work. We're closing at 10 a.m. Busy day. I'm going to be driving to a final walkthrough. I got another closing tomorrow, so I got to drive about an hour and 20 minutes to do a final walkthrough. Then I have to go all the way back about another hour the opposite way to pick up the sign from the closing today. So busy day on the road. I'll take you guys along to some of those drives so you can see kind of how I deal with being on the road on this medication differently from how I used to deal with it before the medication, which especially where I'm going for my final walkthrough is in Kissimmee, and they have a lot of very good Spanish restaurants there. So I normally would be really excited right now that I'm going over there, because that means that for lunch today, I'm probably going to end up having some buffet of some sort or some really good food and blah, 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 right? That's the typical on this medication, of course. Um, I have none of those thoughts. So I'm going to drink my shake. Actually, I'm going to do that now. Yeah, let's take care of that really quick. So, grab my shaker. So, starting off with the protein shake this morning. 1 scoop. Put enough in there? I am blind as a bat. I don't even know what I'm trying. No, I can do a little more water. And also the creatine. I just started doing creatine about 5 days ago. So this is new for me. I'm trying to keep my strength at the gym as I lose weight. So I'm trying to do everything that I can. I was told that I would possibly retain water, so on the scale it may look like I'm gaining weight or haven't lost enough weight. But so far it's been good. But yeah, I didn't tell you what I weighed this morning. So first thing I did this morning was weigh in. You'll see here on the Shotzi app, I'll put that up. I believe I was 222 something, point something, 0.4, something like that, last week. And I was up 0.9 pounds from the previous week. And today I was 219.7. And I think I mentioned on the last video that I had gained 0.9 pounds, but I wasn't worried because I had a heavy dinner the night before and drank some water. So I was probably heavy just from holding, retaining that large meal the night before. It wasn't a calorie dense meal, but it was heavy as far as, weight wise. So it was still in my stomach and the next morning, and that made it heavy. So that I was up 0.9, but I wasn't worried about it. And that's something that I wanted to be very specific about on this video, on the last video and this video as well, is that, some people say, I only weigh once a week. The thing is that when you only weigh once a week, you could be heavy on the day that you weigh yourself. And maybe the day before or the day before that, you were actually down 1.5 pounds or 2 pounds, and you're just heavy that day. So what that ends up doing for you psychologically is you think that you're gaining weight, but in reality, you haven't gained anything. That's just that particular day you weighed heavy. Not gain weight, you weighed heavy because you had more water the night before, or for whatever reason, your body retained the water more, as opposed to, you went to the bathroom, peed it out, or sweated it out, or whatever the case may be. So I weigh myself every day so that I know how my body, it's a roller coaster. And I'll show that here also in the Shotzi app. You'll see how every day is a different weight up and down. And you kind of want to average that out, and kind of that's how you want to treat it. That's how I treat it, so that I'm not freaking out and I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to eat less calories. I got to eat, I don't do that. I don't need to do that because I'm aware that I'm going to be heavier some days than others. And as you can tell from this, I'm now 219.7. There's no way that I went up 1 pound last week and then this week I dropped all this weight. I ate exactly the same. My calories where I was supposed to. I exercised the same. I didn't do anything differently. So the only difference is that I didn't eat at 8 o'clock last night. The previous week, we went to Chipotle and picked up food, and I ended up eating like at 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. So of course I'm gonna wake up in the morning and I'm gonna be heavier on the scale because I ate so close to going to sleep. I mean, I go to bed around 11 o'clock at night, so it's not like I ate right before going to bed, but I normally eat my last meal around 4 or 5 o'clock. So by eating at 8 p.m., it's less time, especially with this medicine, that it slows down your gastric emptying. So, obviously eating 8 o'clock at night with the medicine would probably be like eating at 11 o'clock at night without the medicine, right? It would be like, I would imagine, I'm really not sure how long it takes, how much longer it takes to digest food. Feels like a lot longer, but I'm not sure. But I would imagine it's at least 2 to 5 hours different than you would if you weren't on the medicine. Anyhow, cheers. That is not so bad. All right, so getting ready to go to work. I'll see you guys in the car. We'll chat some more. Today, normally now I'll be taking you to the gym, then going to jiu-jitsu. No jiu-jitsu today. I'm gonna get the gym in. I just don't know where still. Like I said, my closing is at 10 a.m. So from there I have to go to, I'll either go to the gym or jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu is at noon usually. I'll probably skip jiu-jitsu and go to the gym because the gym, I definitely don't want to miss the gym because I have so much going on today. If I go to jiu-jitsu, I may not make the gym later, and I don't want to miss the gym. So I'll probably do the gym and then go on to work. So I'll see you guys later. Okay, I'm headed to the gym now, and I forgot to mention that I was also going to eat a banana. So I ate that before leaving, and that's the carbohydrate, and also that gives me more energy at the gym. At least I feel like it. Could be placebo, I don't know. But I try to eat a fruit, either an apple, an orange, or a banana before I head out to the gym. And when I forget, I feel like I'm not as strong, or I'm not as I don't have as much energy. I still get through the workouts just fine. It's not like it kills me, or I can't do it, or I don't want to do it. But for sure, I do feel more energy when I eat some sort of carbohydrate, whether it's a fruit or piece of bread, or crackers or something like that. So I try to get that before I go to the gym. But I don't always get it done. Also, I want to say that this water bottle is 24 fluid ounces, and I'm on number 2. I try to drink at least 3, plus my protein shake, which is 10 ounces, 8 to 10 ounces, typically 10. Sometimes I'll drink 8, so it's not as watery. So that's my water intake. I do wish that I want to do more. I just, for the sake of good sleep, I've been trying to work on my sleep. My sleep hasn't been so great. I'm getting like 5.5 to 6 hours of sleep, and I'd like to get 7 to 8. So I try not to drink too late. So I'm trying to finish all my water intake before like 8 p.m. I may sip, past 8, but I'm not gonna drink a whole bottle past 8. So if I go to bed at 11, which is my typical bedtime, 10, 11 is when I try to go to bed. So, I gotta get 4 bottles or more, 4 or 5 bottles. I would have to get them done before, 6, 7, 8 p.m. So, that's hard for me to do. I haven't been able to do that. So I at least try to get 3 24-ounce bottles. That's why I try to start early in the morning. So that's why I already done 1. On number 2, I'm gonna drink this one now on the way to the gym. I don't take it inside the gym, but I'll drink it when I come out of the gym. I'm super thirsty, so I'll usually finish it then on the way home, and then I'll take another one which I'm usually going to jiu-jitsu afterwards, after the gym, so I'll drink it on the way to jiu-jitsu, and then after jiu-jitsu I finish it. So now I'm headed, when I head home, I'll shower, change to go to my appointment out in Kissimmee. So that's going to be a good drive. So I'll probably do another water bottle then. And that's going to take me, that appointment's at 5 p.m. So I'll drink it during the drive and then before the appointment. So more than likely I'll get home around 6:30, and I'll have another one before, from the time I get home. And by then I will not want to eat, so I'll probably eat something or take something with me when I leave to my appointment to have my last meal, my third meal of the day. Because I don't like to eat. I made fruit or something small. Sometimes what I do is grab a couple pieces of chicken, and I'll eat that if it's past 6 p.m., 6 p.m. is the latest I like to eat. So, I don't know, that's it. Headed to the gym. I'm not going to video it because it's chest and biceps again today, Thursday. I'm going to try to video some of the gym sessions that are different muscle groups, just because I don't want to keep repeating the same gym workout. You may ask, why am I recording the gym workouts or the jiu-jitsu work? You go to jiu-jitsu. A lot of people are having a hard time incorporating strength training into this, that are taking GLP-1s or want to take GLP-1s. So a big part of it is to show that it's possible, it's doable, um, and B, to motivate, you know, anyone who's thinking about doing this or is doing this or has a family member that's doing it, or whoever you are that's watching this, whether you can get motivation from it or and if you have any questions also, like if you are like, hey, that seems like a really intense workout, like what's a beginner way of working out, if you have any questions, ask them, because I'm willing to do, I'll go back to my first week's workout and do that to show you kind of how I got myself and my wife. My wife has never worked out with weights, and she's on GLP-1 as well. So I got her started on weights, and I have a basic full body workout for beginners or when I'm beginning. So when I haven't worked out in a long time and I start, the first week, 2 weeks, sometimes up to a month, I do full body workout 3 times a week. That's it. I knock it out in like 20-30 minutes. Because I don't feel good about myself, I'm super overweight, or I'm tired, or that's typically when I'm starting out working out again. So I want to get my body used to the weights, to the mechanics of weightlifting, to the weights themselves, how much weight it is, and without injury, because there's nothing worse than trying to get back into the gym and then hurting yourself, because that just sets you back. So you definitely want to take it easy, start light, get acquainted with the gym, become, I've said this before and I'll keep saying it, I need to, and I suggest, if you're having a hard time with gym, going to the gym, go to the gym and hang out. I literally, the day that I started doing that changed the gym for me. So I will go to the gym and walk around and look at a machine that I've never used before, figure out how to work it out, and just try to get comfortable with being at the gym, because that changes how you feel about it. You feel better when the gym becomes like it's like you feel like you belong, because that's often happened to me in the past. I work out really hard, I get really strong, I got people around me, oh man, I see, man, that's really good, or you're looking really good, whatnot, and you feel like you're part of it. And then I fall off the bandwagon, months go by, I gain weight, I'm so much smaller, lose muscle, gain fat, and when I go back to the gym, I don't want to go, and then when I do finally get myself to go, I'm feeling out of place. I don't belong. Like, people are looking at me, and it's all in my head. I know none of this is reality, but it's in my head. It's my belief. It's my feeling, and I know a lot of you may feel the same way as me. And the way I have been able to overcome that, is by coming to the gym. Number one, I pay for the gym, so it's my gym. I belong here. And number two, I stay away from the mirrors when I first come back to the gym, because I don't want to keep looking at myself, in the mirror at the gym and feeling bad of, what damage I caused in whatever the last however long since I've been to the gym. So I stay away from the mirrors. I walk around. I'll get on a treadmill and do 5 minutes and get off. I get on the Stairmaster, do 5 minutes and get off. At the slowest speed, 1, 2, 3 levels, for a very short period of time. And then I'll leave. And I'll do that 2 or 3 times,
taking it easy. Taking it easy. One thing that used to drive me crazy when I was a kid were football coaches that were like super crazy and like, you're gonna run, you run. And that used to drive me nuts. Like I loved the sports, but I did not like the style of coaching that a lot of coaches had back in the late 80s or early 90s or all 90s. And I don't know how things are now, but the I'm working with you, I'm helping you, let's work on this together, let's get it done. That's the type of coaching I personally like. I know not everybody's going to agree. I'm sure some people still want the, rah, 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 you're going to run, you're going to suffer. What's his name? That guy that's super famous for talking like that and cursing and F you and you suck it up and you're a big P and blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm sure that works for a lot of people. That doesn't work for me. I don't like it. I feel like I'm being bullied or, degraded or whatnot. I already come in here with enough stuff in my head of not wanting to be here, so I don't want that. I want the support, the person that's like, you got this, you're gonna do fine. That's my style of training. So that's why when I come to the gym, when I'm first starting out, until I can build up my self-confidence, I do very little and take baby steps. So give that a go. If you have any questions, write them in the comment section. And all right, so I'm not gonna record today, but I'll record. Maybe I'll do tomorrow's session, record that, and then put it in here as if I was doing it today, just so you see tomorrow's shoulders and triceps. So maybe I'll do that. I'll put in tomorrow's session in this video, since I won't be able to get to this video, fully done until tomorrow anyway. So, all right. Talk to you later. So I made it back to the house from Kissimmee for my final walkthrough, and for sure, seeing all the restaurants and everything brought back memories of the desires and the cravings and all that stuff. But medication wins again. I just didn't have that extreme desire to stop and eat. And plus, the wife made some delicious chicken, broccoli, and protein sauce. So put that here in the macros, and that's it. That wraps up It's already 6:30, so that wraps up the day. Full day of eating, shot. That's it. We'll see you soon.